everyone, I'm Deborah and welcome to my channel Stitch the Stash, and today is Sunday, January 7th, 2019. Happy New Year everybody. I hope everyone had a safe and happy, healthy New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. My night was very low-key. My husband and I got takeout, we watched a movie, and we were in bed by 10:30, which is fine with me. So I am so happy to be back here in the new year with you guys, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much, and if you're checking me out for the very first time, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you consider subscribing. So what's been going on? Well, I have some stitching today. I have some show and tell today. I have a little bit of haul from 2018. And then I have some plans. Little disclaimer, Shanna is sleeping in the back bedroom. However, Chloe is running around here this afternoon with me. And she is a chatterbox, so we might be interrupted by her. We will just have to wait and see. Right now, she's sitting in the window, and hopefully that will keep her occupied while I sit here and talk with you. Okay. So, what do I want to share with you first? How about a little bit of show and tell? When I received my Christmas gift package from my parents, my mother had also included my belated birthday present. My birthday's in August, and so it came just a little bit late, and that's okay. I absolutely love what she gave me, and what she gave me was another piece of her own stitching, and I'm super, super excited to share with you. This gorgeous, 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 gorgeous snowman, snow woman, very bright and sunshiny. It is done on, it looks like a linen, I'm not sure. What size? Maybe a 32. But let me tell you guys, all this stitching down here is Krennic, and all the snow has blending filament in it. So I know that this was a lot of work. But oh my goodness, I was so excited when I opened it and saw that I have another piece of my mother's stitching. Now, this one is not signed or dated, so I don't know what year she ended up stitching this in, but I know that it was quite a few years ago. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to get a white frame, and I think that will look really nice against this blue. Gorgeous, super excited, so happy to have another piece. All right. Then I want to go over, I had a question on one of my videos about these little straps, clips on my end of my frames. And I did respond to the individual that asked me. I responded to her directly in the comment, and I thought I would share it with you guys here. These clips you can get in Joann's, and what they are called mitten clips. You can purchase them 2 in a package, and they're very simple to use. I just clip them on, and then I bought some white Velcro, or you can get whatever color you want, but I got some Velcro and attached them to each end of the little clip. And then what I love about it is you can tighten it, and it keeps the tension on the end of your fabric. When I use longer frames, I find that I have a very hard time keeping the even tension on the ends, so then I just add these to my ruler frame. And if you guys have any other questions, please go ahead and ask me. I'll be happy to answer them for you. You know, I try to answer everyone's comment, but I will also share it here in a video if I think other people might find some interest in that. So I got all this from Joann's, and again, they are called mitten clips. Okay? So I hope that's helpful for any of you who might be looking for something that's going to add a little bit more tension. I only have it on one end on this frame, and I don't have it on this end, but you can see how loose it is, and I might go ahead and add a couple on this end just to keep the tension even across the fabric. All right, so now let's move on to whips. What have I been working on? Well, I have one whip. Everything else that I'm sharing with you guys today is a new start. So first up, I have Little House Needleworks Lantern Lane. I have shown this to you before. I believe I showed it in my last video when I was going over my 25 days of stitching. This was the piece that I was supposed to work on, stitch on every even day leading up to Christmas Day. And then we all know that I had a very rough December with getting sick and a root canal, and I didn't get past the first, I didn't get into day 5 of my Christmas stitching. But let me show you, I did pick up, since I showed it to you last, I did pick this back up, and all I did was add more of the tree in. I believe the last time I showed it to you, I had, all this was stitched, whoops, all this was stitched, and I had just started the tree, and I was probably down to here or here. I have added probably 2 to 3 more lengths of thread on this piece. And for right now, it's gonna go back on the shelf, and probably later in the year, I will pick it back up and work on it some more. The fabric is a 28 count Monaco, and the name of it is just tea dyed. I did not do anything additional to it. It's just the name of the color of the fabric. Okay? Now let's move on to new starts. What have I started? I have started I have 3 starts from end of 2018. And the first start is when, I have told y'all that I participated in the Steotch mystery stitch along. That has been completed. We have had all the patterns parts released to us. And then the very last pattern release was alternate endings, or you come up with your own. I have graphed out what my ending will say, but I haven't stitched on that at all. But what I have started is, one of the challenges was a group stitching project. And basically you come up with whatever design, and then it gets passed around to every member of your team, and you stitch on it. I can tell you right now, the deadline to have it finished was December 8th. We didn't make it. We do have 3 team members who live outside of New York City, so it had to go in the mail and go back and forth, but that's okay. I picked it up from my team member probably a week before Christmas, so I could stitch my part. And what did we decide to do? We decided one of the challenges in the group, in the mystery along, was to come up with a group logo. And a couple of our members came up with it, tweaked it, and then Carmen, the Broadway stitcher, she then took it and translated it into a cross-stitch pattern. And then there's 18 members, and then it was divided up into 8 pieces, and then we each got to choose, when you received it, whatever piece you were going to stitch on. And so this is what it looks like right now. I have not finished my part, but I will. I'm going to work on it today, but this is what it looks like. Can you see it? Nope. Boop, boop, boop. This is what it looks like. And what's going to happen is Carmen is going to finish them into little scissor fobs for us. And I think this is a great idea. We'll have a little memento piece to remember. And you can see that this one right here still needs, our last team member needs to stitch on that. And I love it. And this is the piece that I am currently working on. This one right here. So I just need to finish it, finish the outline of the New York City skyline, and then put in the date in the bottom, and then I have to go around and put in my initials on all the other pieces, and then I can pass it along. Super excited that I still had this in my possession that I could share with you guys. I am going to stitch it up and have it finished this week so I can pass it along. Alrighty, what's next? My next start was on Christmas Day. I participated in the button-up sale with Helen D, East Coast Crafter, and also Misty Pursel, Luminous Fiber Arts. And they decided that they wanted to have a little stitch along and start this project on Christmas Day. And here it is, the Prairie Schooler button-up. My very first Prairie Schooler. I have not stitched any before, and I think this pattern is super adorable. Now, how much did I get started? Well, I stitched on it Christmas morning and probably spent an hour on it, and then maybe not even that. My husband went for a run, so I probably stitched on for like a half hour, and then I picked it up one other time. And here it is, my tiny little start. And this is the center block. Really cute. The fabric I'm stitching it on is a 32 count Lugana. It's called Snow Day, and it's dyed by Misty Pursel. You can purchase her hand-dyed linens, also patterns that she has created in her Etsy shop. But I love it. I thought it would be perfect, a perfect alternative to white or a cream. But I'm hoping I'll get a little bit more done on it this month before I put it to the side for a little bit. I'm kind of in the mood to stitch on spring, but I still want to work on my a few of my winter projects before I do that. All right, then what else did I start? There is Julie, Kansas City girl from Colorado World. She has decided to do a stitch along on every Sunday, and it's called Stocking Sunday Sal. Very important to put the sal at the end if you're going to look at it on Instagram. I was the first person to post their progress last Sunday, and I decided to check the hashtag Stocking Sunday before I did, and it would tell you what, it was not cross-stitch stockings. So I just waited for Julie to decide what she wanted to use. So yes, Stocking Sunday Sal is very important. And what did I start? I started the Santa Train Stocking by Stoney Creek. And in my 2019's plan video, I had mentioned that I plan on stitching 2 Christmas stockings. The other one is a dimensions kit, but this one will be for my husband, and I thought I would start this one first, and hopefully I can get this one done by the end of the year. And then once I finish this one, I'll start the dimensions one. But I love this. And where does my little start? It is right here. I am stitching this just on a 28 count Lugana in white, and I'm telling you what, I love stitching on this last Sunday. I had a very hard time putting it down. I didn't get to stitch as much as I wanted to last Sunday, but I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this because it's a lot of stitching, a lot of color changes, a lot of back stitching, but this is what I have done right here. I started right here, and I have this little piece down here and a couple of the trees. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And I would have stitched the window, but that requires blending filament, which I have. I have stitched with Krennic, I have stitched with Petite Treasure Braid, but I have not stitched with a blending filament, which I believe I hold with just one strand of thread of my DMC and then the filament. So I didn't feel like tackling that last Sunday, but today is Sunday, so we'll see. If I feel in the mood to work with filament today, I will. If not, I'll just, you know, stitch more of the trees. There's plenty here to work on. But I'm loving this. And my needle minder is Ralphie from A Christmas Story in the lovely pink onesie, bunny onesie. Christmas Story is my husband's favorite movie. I had never seen it until I met him almost 10 years ago, and I thought that would be very appropriate to put on his stocking that I'm stitching. All right, so that is my last 2018 start. Do I have 2019 starts? Yes, I do. The first one is I started on Christmas Day, and I had mentioned that I was going to be stitching a monthly monthly calendar piece every month. But in my 2019 video, I couldn't decide if I was going to do the Little House Needleworks monthly ones or if I was going to do the Pine Mountain Designs monthly one. And I pulled both out. I kitted both up. And then when New Year's Day came, I decided, okay, I'm going to start with Little House Needleworks, January. And why did I go with this one? Well, I decided that it's a very quick stitch. They're 69 by 69. And all the threads that come in the packages when you purchase them, I wanted to go ahead and get them out of my pattern stash because I've kept all the threads in the original packaging with the patterns. And I want to go ahead and use them and then move the thread to my stash so I have it there. And then what I've decided, once I finish, say, the January one, if there's time before February, I'm going to go ahead and start the Pine Mountain Design ones. And let me tell you, you guys love the Pine Mountain Design patterns. And when I went to purchase them, the only place I could find them was on 123 Stitch and eBay. There may be some other places, but when I believe when I went to purchase all of them last year, they were sold out, or I had a very hard time finding them. But 123 Stitch has them if you're interested. And someone had mentioned that now that I have shown them, I'm going to see them everywhere. And I hope so, because they are adorable. All right, so what is my start on January? I worked on it very little on New Year's Day, and I worked on it a little bit yesterday. And here we are. I have the inner brown border done. I have a little bit of the January, and I started the snow. This is stitched on 28 count Lugana in mushroom. I had it in my stash. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use, and I had plenty of this to do all 12 months. So that's what I did. I went ahead and just chose the mushroom fabric. And I think everything will look really nice on this. And let me tell you, this white thread here is Snowball. And I'm stitching with it because it came with the package. But it's B5200 in my opinion. I see absolutely no variegation in this. None, zero, nada, zilch. So when I started it, I did 1, 2, 3 X's, and then I did half stitches all the way down. and I did half stitches all the way back. And then I've done the rest of it. I did 1 stitch at a time, just because that's the way. It was a little easier on that for how many were left at each end. But yeah, I do not notice a difference at all. Now, when I'm finished with Snowball, I'll put it in my stash, and I'm sure I'll use it again. But to me, it just looks like B5200. Now, where's my pattern? I did the inner border, but there is an outer border. And I'm going to do all this first, and then see how I feel about going back and doing the outer border. I'm not sure. I might leave the outer borders off. Not sure. Well, the February one's kind of cute. But that's a lot of white stitching, and I realize I do not like stitching with white. My threads, they look okay. No matter how I stitch them, if I stitch them, I railroad both legs of the thread. Things just don't look like they're laying right. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll see. All right, so what is my next start? I went perusing in my Christmas ornament patterns because I needed to stitch up a little gift for a friend of mine. And I decided upon Kissing Cardinals. And it's this one right here. This is designs by Lisa. And I found it in the I just want to say Just Keep Stitching, but it's just the Just Cross Stitch magazine 2014 ornament issue. And they are adorable. I am on a cardinal kick this past year, and I think it's going to stick around for this year. I'm not going away anytime soon. So here is my start. I'm just stitching this on a, let's see, a 32 count Lugana, and it's antique white. And I wasn't sure how the white snow was going to show up, but I think it's showing up pretty good. Yeah, okay. Pretty good. And this here, I stitched all of this and all the snow. And then I started the underbelly of the Feeding Cardinal all in one night. And thus, I started this on, I believe, the evening of January 1st. But I probably could have it finished, the stitching done in a day, and then I have to FFO it. I think I'm going to put it into a little pillow. I never have FFO'd any of my cross-stitching and sewing. So we will see how it goes. And isn't this little needle minder adorable? I got it from Gina's Unique Boutique. Little reindeer. Adorable. Alrighty. And then I have one more new start. And I started it yesterday. Let me have a little sip of my tea. Sneak peek of some haul right there. I teased about it on my Instagram the other day. Okay, what else have I started? I started Heaven and Earth Designs. It's the Quick Stitch Lavender Roses. I started it last night. And yep, I now know what I got myself into. Let me show you where I'm at. I am stitching this on a 25 easy count Lugana. And there is my teeny tiny start. Yep. And I'm parking, learning. I've never done parking. This is all new to me, and Also, I'm used to a very neat back, and with this method, you don't have neat backs. I'm learning to embrace the imperfection of the back. But yeah, I am going to fill all this in. Right here, I believe the black starts, and then there's a big whole patch of black because of the eye. I'm looking forward to getting to that part. I am doing it 2/1. I know that some people say that it's too cramped, it's too tight, that 1/1 is perfect on this 25 count. I decided to do what the designer called for, which is 2/1. And it is cramped. It's hard to see. But also, I was going to start the very top corner, like most people do when they're working on full coverage and they want to work on columns. But the very first stitch called for Krennic. And I said, I don't want to start with Krennic. And actually, here and down to here is like a bunch of Krennic, just in that one corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in all the other colors, which this is very confetti filled up here, very confetti filled. But once those stitches are in, I'll go ahead and put the Krennic in, just to fill up the square. But yeah, I'm happy that I started. My needle minder is appropriate, I think. I got this from Gina's Unique Boutique. It was one of my very first needle minder purchases early last year. Now, I have a question for all of you who have worked on this 25 easy count. From what I understand is that once you wash it, the gridding comes out. I had a little sample, well, a little extra piece that I cut off, and I tried to wash it. I tried to get the gridding to come out, and it did not. So if any of y'all have some advice and tips on how the gridding goes bye-bye, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. Because I know the gridding has to go away to frame it. But maybe I just didn't wash it long enough or use the right soap, or I don't know. I don't know. And when I purchased it from 123 Stitch, and there's no directions. So please let me know. But this is going to be a little bit before it's finished. Because I just had this little teeny corner done. But I love this. And I'm glad it's small. It's 175 by 122. I'm glad I decided that my first Haid was going to be a small one. I do have 2 more Haids in my possession, and I've shown one of them to you. The other one has not made an appearance because it's sitting in my stash, and it's like 700 by 700 stitches. So we'll see. All right, so that is all of my stitching from the past 2 weeks. I haven't done a lot. I didn't do much stitching in the end of December, and my intention was to do some stitching once I went back to work on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I came home from work. Once I take care of the cats and eat and shower and relax, I'm exhausted, and I've been laying down and trying to read more before I go to sleep at night, and no stitching has commenced after work. My word this year is focus, and I have chosen a word every year probably since 2016, but this is the first time that I've really connected with this word, and I want to focus on so much. I want to focus on my health. Those of you that follow me on Instagram know that I've started running again. I've been going to the gym at work during my lunch hour. So I want to focus on my health. I want to lose weight. I want to get back to where I was a couple years ago. And I was much happier when I was running all the time. I'm running a lot of races, and I've missed running those races, and I look forward to getting back into shape. So I want to focus on my health. I want to focus on my family. I want to focus on working through my stash with cross-stitching, with knitting, with my sewing, with my scrapbooking. I want to focus on decluttering and destashing. I think that the word focus is a very good word for me this year. I want to focus on reading more. Every year, I'm on Goodreads, and every year I have given myself the goal of reading 40 books. And I came very close one year, I believe, with reading 37 books. Past few years, I've done 20, 25. This 2018, I only read 18. So I want to focus on reading more. And that means going to bed an hour early, hour and a half early, and just decompressing with the book. So we'll see. And so, again, I thought focus was perfect for me when it comes also to my cross-stitching. I can focus on stitching stuff out of my stash. I want to focus on finishes. I had only 4 finishes last year. Albeit, you know, I probably would have had a lot more done if I did not participate in Mania and I didn't find all these wonderful patterns that I wanted to start. I'm okay. I think I went into 2019 with 28, 29 whips, and a lot of them are small that if I just focused a little bit of time on them, they would be FOs. So I want to focus on finishing. I want to have more finishes this year. I want to focus on stitching the patterns that bring me joy. Because if I'm telling you, if it doesn't bring you joy, you shouldn't be working on it. Find something else. All right, so that was a little bit of a tangent. I apologize. So let's move on to purchases. I do have a little bit of stash that came into my possession in December since I last recorded. And so let's go ahead and get started with that. Let me get everything and then I will come back. All right, so let's go over what I've purchased. I did place an order with 123 Stitch prior to Christmas, and that order came in, and what was in it? Well, first off, I joined the bandwagon and purchased, sorry, I forgot to take this out of the plastic. I didn't think I was going to, but then I decided to. Is the hands-on design A Year of Celebrations. I just thought it was too adorable to pass up. I need another monthly stitching pattern, like I need another hole in my head, or, you know, it's just, but they're too cute. I had to. And I love the clipboard for displaying them. And on her website, yes, ma'am, come here, come here, come here. Oh, come here. Come here. Yeah, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Come on. Yeah? No? Oh, come here. Chloe has decided to come for a little visit, and she's now walking away. All right, so on her website, you can download a PDF on how to finish just like this is finished here. And this is, oh, I'm a scrapbooker and I know his name, Tim Holtz. It's Tim Holtz clipboard piece, and then this you can get it, I believe, in a 6-pack from Hobby Lobby, a piece of wood, and then you just distress it. Super adorable. I'm just listening to Chloe play with her favorite toy. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can. But yeah, I'm going to finish them just like this. When am I going to stitch them? No idea. Probably 2020, but I have them. What else did I get? All right, I was watching the Kathy, from the Crafty Cat Stitcher on FlossTube and on Instagram. And in one of her videos, she showed that she started this project. And I thought about it. It came in and out of my 1, 2, 3 stitch cart at least 3 times before I purchased it. Adorable. It's Believe by Dimensions. And I thought it was just super cute. It comes with all the stuffs. I will replace the Ada with an even weave, but I will use the threads. Sorry. When will I stitch this? I don't know. Maybe this is coming December. I have no idea. And then when I was perusing during that shopping experience, I always look at the new patterns that came out, and I thought, well, is there something that I might like? And sometimes there isn't, and sometimes there is, and that's how I came across this pattern. It is a Just Nan, my very first purchase of a Just Nan pattern, and it's called Christmas Dragon Ornament. And it comes with the little dragonfly. Isn't it gorgeous? Yes, please. There's Krennic in it. It's all DMC. And it will not take long to stitch up. On 32 count, doesn't say, I was just looking for the stitch count. Oh, 41 by 41. I could have this done in a weekend. Just need to focus on it, right? I love it. All right, so again, that's Just Nan. All right, what else do I have? Well, let's see. Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. Y'all know who she is. She had showed this pattern, and as soon as she did, I said, oh, something else I got from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. My buttons for the birdie houses. I decided to go ahead and do it. Yeah, the birdie holiday that I had showed my last video that I was stitching on. I went ahead and got the buttons for it. Okay, so back to Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. She was showing this pattern. I thought it was absolutely adorable. I had to have it, and it is Gara Roses Embroidery. She is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You need 26 colors of DMC. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that last weekend, I went to Michael's. I just needed 1 color of floss. And oh my goodness, my Michael's, for the first time in the 5-6 years I've been going to this Michael's, they had practically every single color of DMC floss stocked. There was only 2 colors that I could not get for 2 patterns that I was kitting up. So I kitted up for this one. And I went ahead and I picked out the fabric that I'm going to stitch her on. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you because this comes out of my stash. And it's a Picture This Plus 32 count Lagana in the color Discord. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I have a picture on my Instagram that has the flosses laid out on it. And I just think this is beautiful. And I think she will look lovely on it. I did not want to do a purplish fabric. I really love these reddish tones, burnt red tones. So that's what I'm going to stitch her on. I don't know when I'm going to start it because I have other things I want to work on this month. But I have all the floss, so she's ready to go. What else did I get? Oh, let me share with you what I got for Christmas. I did get a little bit of stitchy stuff for Christmas, and it came from my brother-in-law. He got me, he had asked my husband if I had I scrapbook. So he wanted to know if I had this die cutting machine. So he had texted my husband, and my husband asked me, like, do you have this? And I'm like, yes, I do. And I'm shocked that, you know, your brother is thinking to get me that without even, you know, he's supporting my hobbies. You know, he's a very generous gift giver. He's given me some garments, little, I cannot find my words right now. I went for a run on the trails today, and my brain is tired. He gave me like a little Garmin that counts your steps. I had that for 2 years until it died this year, late last year. But you know, he knows I knit, so he's bought me some knitting books, things that totally surprises me. He just goes out and tries to get something that's related to my hobbies. So I gave him, told my husband to give him access to my 1, 2, 3 wish list. And then there was something that I wanted from Stoney Creek, something in particular for Stoney Creek. And lo and behold, he bought them for me. It's the Dinky Dyes pack for this pattern, this Glendon Place Strawberry Shortcake. I had bought this on my very first visit to Needleworkers Delight back in October. And I did not buy the threads, but he got me the thread pack from Stoney Creek. Now, if you don't know, the thread packs from Stoney Creek are cheaper than buying the threads individually, say from 1, 2, 3 Stitch, or probably from somewhere else. So this is cheaper. So I'm super excited that I have the threads. I have never stitched with silk. I'm a little nervous, but we'll see how it goes. But no, is this all he had got me? No, he also got me the Dinky Dyes for Glendon Place Bows All Around. Now, I had to look the pattern up because I don't think I've ever seen it. And it's beautiful. I don't know. One day I might purchase it. But these threads are just gorgeous. So he got me 2 thread packs of Dinky Dye silk for Christmas. I'm truly, truly, truly appreciative of it. My husband did not get me any stitchy goodness, but he got me lots of other nice stuff. He got me a jewelry box that I wanted. He got me a Stanford ball winder for my yarn. He also bought me an Instapot, so I'm super, super happy with what he got me. All right, what else did I purchase? I went and perused the Victorian Motto sampler shop on eBay. She sells her threads on eBay, in her eBay shop. And so I thought, maybe I'll get some. And I did. I purchased Ballerina Pink, Princess Pink, it's peachy, Ballet Slipper, oh, beautiful, Peach Blossom, and she put this in as a freebie. It's Pink Petunias. Really pretty. Where is my board? Oh, I put it up here. All right, so let's see. How do these look? The sun just went behind the clouds, so I lost my sunshine, but there we go. I love them. I see what all the hype is about these Victorian Motto threads, and you get 20 yards of floss. So I got those. What else did she have in her shop? Y'all have probably seen these. I'm not going to take them out. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. The Victorian Christmas threads. I will show them very quickly. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they gorgeous? I got the Christmas pack because I thought, because I love to stitch Christmas, that they would look, I could swap substitute. There's my word, substitute these threads. So I've got the Victorian Christmas. They are gorgeous. Yeah. And then I also purchased the Kindred Spirits collection. And they are just as gorgeous. If you all want to see them individually, let me know. But I figured that these have been around floating in FlossTube land for quite some time. That other FlossTubers have shown these in more depth. That, oh, love this one. And I just love these greens. These right here remind me of spring. Gorgeous. Again, they are 20 yards each. Yep. So I have yet to substitute threads for any pattern, but because I'm stitching from stash this year, excuse me, itchy nose, stitching from stash this year, I did join a couple monthly floss clubs. I joined the Color and Cotton, and I also joined the Victorian Motto, is it the limited edition club for her. And I did all that joining before 2019, so it doesn't count against my Stitch from Stash budget. And what I want to do is be brave, and when I'm working on a pattern and I'm kitting it up, if I don't have the called for, I'm going to go towards these gorgeous, gorgeous hand-dyed threads and substitute. I watched Michelle Garrett Bendy Stitchy. She did a live YouTube broadcast where she spent 2 hours kitting up some projects, and she substituted practically every single one. And if she can do it, she made it look easy, I can do it too. So 2019, I'm going to be swapping out some threads. All right, that's all I purchased from the Victorian Motto shop. What else do I have? I purchased the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitchers 2018 Christmas winter issue. You know I don't punch needle, but there's also a lot of adorable Christmas patterns in here. And the only reason why I got it, because I saw someone do a little bit of a flip through for it, and some of the patterns were super adorable. And I said, oh, I would stitch that up. I would stitch that up. I don't think would get a subscription to this. Look at this. Isn't he cute? Christmas Patriot. I would stitch that. So, I don't punch needle, but look at those Cardinals. Oh my goodness. Let's see, there was something else in here. Let me see. I should have flagged it. Maybe. Okay, yeah. I don't punch needle, but seriously. Kittens in the mittens. Y'all, I don't punch needle. I don't punch needle. Maybe one day. I might. All right, what else do I have? Wisconsin Stitcher on Instagram. She, Pat is her name. She posted this book, and I thought it was adorable. And I'm like, I need that. You can get this from Amazon. It's the Leisure Arts 50 Cross-Stitch Quickies Christmas. Bacilla. A lot of adorable Christmas ornaments. And what got me, where is it? Let's see if I can find it. Noel squared. That's cute. But what picture she showed, it's probably right in the front. Look at this baby cardinal. I'm going to stitch that. Originally, I had ordered this before Christmas because I wanted to stitch this as an ornament for my friends. But Amazon, post office, delivery people had issues this year and I didn't get it in time. I got it the day after New Year's Day and I'd already started the other one. So, alright, so I got that book. Then I placed a final 1, 2, 3 stitch order. Just got some fabric. I purchased a 28 count Joblin coffee. I believe this is what I'm doing my Wizard of Oz series on. And I absolutely love this color, so I wanted more of this for my stash. I also purchased 28 count Smoky Pearl Cashel linen. And this is actually going to be for my Cottage Garden Samplings Ho Ho Ho, which has Santa Claus on it. I showed it in one of my hauls. And I bought the called for linen and it was green. And I'm like, it wasn't green. It was not a pretty green. So I went ahead and got that one. And then I bought 28 count black Joblin. And this is actually for a specific project, which I'm going to show you a picture of the pattern that I purchased. So that's what this is for. And I purchased some threads to go with that black Joblin for the pattern I'm going to show you in a few seconds. I got some Nymo beading thread because I'm doing a Nora Corbett this year and I need to bead. And then I saw someone was working on this on Instagram. I can't remember who, but I loved it. Madame Chantilly gifts for Santa. I love this. Love this, love this, love this. And when I decided to make my final 1, 2, 3 stitch purchase for 2019, this pattern needed to be in it. It was on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list, and no one bought it for me. So I bought it for myself. All right. What else? That black Joblin is for this pattern, which if you watch Julie, Kansas City Girl in Colorado World, she showed a bunch of her finished Christmas projects, and she has shown this pattern. It is a Star Wars Christmas sampler, and it's stunning. It's stunning. And she said in her last time she showed it that she hates showing it because you can't buy this anymore. The Etsy seller stopped listing it in her shop. Probably Disney wasn't too happy that this was such an awesome pattern. But I reached out to her. I messaged her on Etsy and I asked her, I said, hey, do you still sell this? I understand if you do not. But I thought I'd ask. And she actually did a custom listing for me and emailed me the pattern once I purchased. Love it. So that's what the black Joblin is for, and those threads. All right. My final pattern purchase for 2018, purchased it on December 31st, is by the Witchy Stitcher, and it is, you are my density, I mean you are my destiny. Back to the Future. What a beautiful pattern. And Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, every month she raises money for charity, and the Michael J. Fox Foundation is her charity that she's raising funds for in January, and the Witchy Stitcher created this pattern for her, and the 100% of the proceeds are going to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. How could I not support the fundraising with this gorgeous pattern. And I love Back to the Future. Super, super love it. So this was my final purchase, pattern purchase of 2018. All right. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I alluded to having received a purchase package, what are my words? From Live You More Studio. Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. She has shown these in her video many times. She loves them. She uses them as project holders, and they're actually meant for books. And I decided that I went ahead and purchased 3 of the full size and 3 standard, and I also used her discount code, so I got 10% off. And I went ahead and got, let me show you what I got. Okay, I'm just looking down on my phone for the names. This one is called Little Green Thumb. Adorable cactus, and the inside is this sparkly peachy pink fabric. I love cactuses, cacti. And that's the only plant that we have in our house because Shanna eats everything else. So, and she has nibbled on. We had one just like this, and she couldn't leave it alone, and it ended up dying. All right. Anyway, next one is Treat Yourself. Well, actually, it's Treat Yourself. These adorable macaroons. And this is a sparkly silver peach fabric on the inside. Love it. The next one is Summer Vacation. These campers are so cute. My husband and I love to go hiking. We have never been camping. We've talked about it. Back when we were first dating, we got a 2-person tent. We got 2 sleeping bags, and we were going to do a 3-week motorcycle trip across Europe, and we were going to do camping. We didn't do that. We did a 3-week backpacking train trip and stayed in hostels. But I love it. And what's on the inside? Green with white polka dots. Super cute. So these are the standard size, which they are pretty good sized. Then I got full. So the first full is Merry Christmas Charlie Brown. I love, love, love Charlie Brown Christmas. Gorgeous silvery blue fabric on the inside. I love the peanuts. Then the next one is Glazed for Days. I can look at them. Just can't eat them. Oh, I can, but I'm not going to. And look at them on the inside. Oh my gosh. Ah, yum. All right, the final one. I got this one because it reminds me of autumn, and it's called Burning Brightly. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And what's on the inside? Oh. Yeah. This makes me want to stitch fall patterns. This makes me want to stitch the Satsuma Street Otoño. It's going to live in this bag. So yes, this is what I purchased from Love You More Studio. Now, what's great about Love You More Studio is that when you sign up with them, you get rewards when you make purchases. And when I made this purchase, I was a new purchaser, I earned enough points to get $10 off my next order. And they recently did a black and white update, which had a bunch of Harry Potter. Was there? I'm not sure if the Harry Potter was up for their black and white update, but it was there when I looked. And I got 2 Harry Potter bags. And they're coming to me. They're on their way. And I spent not much money on them because, again, I had $10 off. All right. That is everything I've purchased. And that wraps up the stitching, the purchasing, the ranting, the kitty meows. What are my plans? So I am going to, today is Sunday, I will be working on my Santa train stocking. I want to, this week, work more on the January sampler. I need to finish the Kissing Cardinals ASAP. I need to finish the group Steotch group Steotch pattern, so I can pass that on. So we'll see. I do want to work on the Little Sheep Virtue Love. I want to finish that and get that off to my sister. So we'll see where my stitching is for the next 2 weeks. Next Saturday, January 12th, I will be back at Needleworkers Delight for a stitchy day. I am going with Carmen, Broadway Stitcher, Caitlin, the Big Apple Stitching, and then Carmen rented a car. There are 2 other individuals I have not met that will be riding down with us. But I'm super excited to be going back there, and I have a gift card, so there might be some purchasing while I'm there. We shall see. But I'm looking forward to that. So that is next Saturday, January 12th. What else? I didn't mention, but I will actually be participating in my very first stitching retreat this year. I am attending in August the New Jersey stitching retreat. I'm going again with Carmen, and I know Caitlin will be there, but I am super, super excited that both Carmen and I were able to get in because we didn't attend last year. So we weren't on the initial invite list. But once she opened up the waiting list, the next day I got my invitation. So I'm really, really excited to be doing that the first weekend in August. If you were there, I look forward to meeting with you and chatting with you. But yeah, that's in August, so we have a few months. What else? Okay, I mentioned in my last video that I was super close to 200 subscribers. Well, when I checked the other day, I am up to 210 subscribers. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I never thought I'd get, past 50, if that. So I'm really, really surprised, really happy, really appreciative. I love it when all of you, take the time to leave a comment. And I always try to give you a little heart. And sorry, Chloe's standing on her hind legs, seeing something outside down on the ground. She was like looking like a little ferret. I will respond to you if you have any questions. I always will. If I don't have an answer, I will find an answer for you. So thank you so much. I do not have the giveaway prepared today, but I will have it in my next video. So there is still time to enter. So if you're watching me for the very first time today, I hope you enjoyed what I had to share. It's a little bit of a longer video today. It was a little bit longer than I anticipated. So if you made it through the whole thing, thank you. Please go ahead, if you'd like to go ahead and subscribe, give me a like, leave me a comment below so I know you stopped by. I truly appreciate it. And then my next update video, I will share the giveaway. I have to get some things together, so I'm not prepared today. But there will be one in my next video. All right, y'all. So that is all that I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed the rest of your weekend, if I happen to get this video up tonight. And I will be chatting with you in a couple weeks. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye. Say hi, Chloe. Say hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Say hi. Say hi, Chloe. less than thrilled that you are purring. She was purring.